Alright, we are at the last video for lesson 1-6, which of course means everybody's favorite part, word problems. So let's go ahead and take a look at example number 4. Esteban has a $20 gift card to the Artful Barn, where 4-ounce tubes of paint are $4.30 each. We want to know the possible number of tubes that he could buy. And then we want to write an inequality that models the situation. So as in any word problem, we want to go ahead and highlight our important information. We know that he can spend up to $20, and we know that the paint costs $4.30 each. Now, in this problem, the fact that the tubes are 4 ounces is not really going to help us with our math. That could be the same as if we were just saying red or blue tubes. It's just giving us kind of a clarification on what type he's buying. It's not actually going to figure into any of the math that we're going to have. So, So, we need to write an inequality for this. We know that the gift card is $20. We also know that if you are using only the gift card and he's not adding his own money, that is the most money that he can spend. So that means that the money that he spends has to be less than or equal to $20. If he wants to, he can use the entire gift card up, but he can't go over that $20 unless he wants to throw in his own money. Now, we don't know how many tubes of paint we're buying, so we're going to label that as X. But we know that we are paying $4.30 for each one. So this is just going to be a simple one-step inequality. We get rid of the 4.30 in front of the X by dividing both sides by 4.30. And if you type that into your calculator, you're going to get that X is less than or equal to about 4.65. Now, with the word problems, we can't just give a straight number like that. We have to think about what kind of answer actually makes sense in this problem. If Esteban were to go into the Artful Barn and say he wanted 4.65 tubes of paint, they would probably give him a pretty funny look. They're not going to let him empty out just a little bit over half the tube and buy it just like that. They're going to make him buy the whole tube or not. So even though he can technically buy a little bit over 4, because that's not enough to buy a 5th tube, 4 tubes is going to be the most that he can buy. Now he can buy 4, so we're going to go ahead and put a closed-in dot there because it was less than or equal to, and we're going to shade left. Now, instead of what I would normally do, drawing an arrow that goes all the way to the left, I also have to think about another restriction on this problem. It is not possible to buy a negative number of tubes of paint. The smallest he's going to be able to buy is 0. So we are going to not be able to go past the 0 mark. Now, if you think about it, he could go in, not find the paint he was looking for, and buy 0. So we're going to go ahead and fill that in. But we know he can't buy more than 4 either. So the number of tubes of paint that he can buy is 0. He could buy 1 and have some leftover money on his gift card. He could buy 2 and have some leftover money. He could buy 3. And he could buy 4. So that would be our number here. And our inequality is up here. And again, we always want to provide labels. So I'm going to put tubes of paint down here. And that wraps up this problem. Make sure that you guys are completing the practice. Check your practice answers in the practice key available in your classroom. And begin to prepare for your mastery check. Alright, see you guys in the next video.